global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Fubara is definitely on the sideline observing what is going on right now, but facts are emerging. The question now is, what would happen after 6 months of his suspension? Is he gonna come in? A lot of nitty-gritty information, tidbits are coming out about exactly what may be the fate of Fubara and even Rivers in Rivers State. But before we go to this, people can subscribe to our channel. Now, fresh facts have emerged on plans to extend the emergency rule in Rivers State by some vested interest from Rivers State and close to the corridors of power in Abuja. Now, according to impeccable sources, it was stated that the move for an extension of the state of emergency was to ensure that the governor is frustrated by his long stay out of office to force him to come to the negotiation table. Now, this much was collaborated by Are Segun Komolafe, the president of the Yoruba Progressive and Democratic Forum. He stated that a series of plans have been hatched to extend the emergency rule in Rivers State to force the governor into submission to the whims and caprices of some vested interest in the state. Now, the political witch hunt of the governor of Rivers State has reached an alarming dimension. One of the first carrots dangled before the governor is that to return to office, he must cede the mandate of managing the state government account to a team of select individuals to whom he will submit a request for funds and for funds disbursement. This is not only inhuman, it is the height of political wickedness. He added that in the event that the governor declines the offer, the state of emergency in the state will be extended further and a grand plot will be initiated to rope the governor into any form of restiveness in the state. The governor is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. I can tell you for free that whatever form of unrest that is recorded in Rivers State will be linked to him and the security agencies will go after him. This much the governor is aware and reaching out to well-meaning Nigerians in high places to absolve himself of any wrongdoing. The Yeson Wike camp is not relenting in their pursuit to bring the governor to his knees. I can tell you that there is heavy scrutiny of his financial transactions while he held sway as governor before his suspension. All the companies that executed contracts in the state are also closely monitored to find any possible link to the governor. Are Segun Komolafe also stated that part of the plot to recoup withheld monies accrued to Wike's camp was the order for all financial liabilities due to the state to be released to the state, from which settlement will be made to the warring faction. Interestingly, these folks have compiled the projected revenue accrued from the initial agreement with the governor. Part of what they plan to do is to lobby for all pending federal government commitments to the state to be paid in full, and from these released funds will be used to offset the agreement liabilities of Fubara. The Wike camp is unrelenting in their pursuit. For them, it is either the governor agreeing to honor the agreement or he won't return as governor of the state. From the look of things, they might have their way as the odds are against the governor. Interestingly, some of his trusted allies are beginning to act funny towards reclaiming his mandate. It is suspected that they might have jumped ship after some subtle threats were issued using the instrumentality of the state. He further advocated for Nigerians to monitor the political development in Rivers State beyond lip service. The situation in Rivers State is an eyesore. Sadly, a state governor has been harassed and intimidated beyond reason for the fact that he elected to do the things right for the benefit of the people of the state. More worrisome is the unholy silence from fellow governors, with many paying mere lip service instead of standing behind their colleague who is undergoing political prosecution. Nigerians must also monitor events in the state closely. If indeed we are serious about advancing our Narcissist democracy, democracy is on trial is in Rivers State with the suspension of a duly elected state governor. It will be recalled that citing security concerns, the federal government declared a state of emergency in Rivers State for an initial 6-month period and the appointment of a former naval chief as military administrator to oversee the administration of the state. But meanwhile, it has become known a factor that the wife of the sole administrator have taken charge and is now the first lady, acting up as the first lady of the state. Many Nigerians are of the opinion that why would he be acting up like the first lady? After all, it's just 6 months. What's so special that you be thinking of your wife being the first lady? And even the pictures of Fubara have been removed. In fact, according to Anthony Agbazuere, the former Commissioner for Information and Strategy in Abia State, he has actually criticized the actions of the wife of Rivers State sole administrator, accusing her of overstepping her bounds by assuming the role of governor's wife. During an interview, of course, Agbazuere expressed his amusement and disbelief at the situation, suggesting it was indicative of a larger hidden political agenda. He viewed the development as both petty and reflective of deeper motives. Agbazuere emphasized that the primary focus of the sole administrator should be restoring peace in Rivers State rather than becoming embroiled in financial matters and local government investigations. He argued that the administrator's attention should be directed towards resolving the state's present security concerns, which is the reason for his appointment. Instead, Agbazuere contended that the administrator was engaging in actions that could only create further problems and extend his time in office. He accused the administrator of intentionally stirring up confusion and creating turmoil to justify his prolonged stay in office. According to Agbazuere, the administrator's actions, such as focusing on probes and financial matters, were part of a deliberate strategy to prevent the situation from stabilizing. He expressed concern that the state was being kept in a state of disarray to prolong the state of emergency. Agbazuere also pointed out that the governor's images had been removed from several locations throughout Rivers State, raising suspicions about the motive behind these actions. He questioned whether the removal of the governor's images was part of a broader plan to ensure that the state of emergency would continue indefinitely or remain unresolved within the designated time frame. In addition to criticizing the sole administrator, Agbazuere expressed his disbelief at the wife's actions, suggesting that she had taken on a role that was not hers. He criticized her for assuming the position of a governor's wife, which he considered both amusing and petty. This, he argued, further signaled an underlying political agenda aimed at destabilizing the situation for personal or political gain. He suggested that the actions of both the sole administrator and his wife were part of a larger scheme to manipulate the situation and extend their control over the state. Now, according to him, he has already removed the pictures of the governor everywhere in the state. Even the wife of that sole administrator has taken over the office of the wife of the governor. That's funny. That should tell you that it is an agenda. Are they now trying to take steps to make sure that the state of emergency will be extended or that it cannot even be stopped within the stipulated time? Of course, my colleague is in the house. Everybody is saying almost one and the same thing. Are spoke, and now Agbazuere is now speaking. What's your take?
Well, unfortunately, what we are seeing in Rivers State is a well-crafted plan. And that well-crafted plan was created by the continuous and persistent disagreement between Fubara and Wike. Just like many people have observed, Fubara is a product of, the normal political corruption that we know. So both of them had an agreement, but unfortunately, it has turned out this way. For me, I feel that the position of these two key stakeholders are not wrong. We are already seeing it play out, but I don't know what the intent of Fubara is, because the sudden relaxation and sudden comfortability of the sole administrator kind of trigger a lot of concern, because ordinarily, if you have just 6 months to stay in a place, it is believed that you will show some level of, urgency in whatever you are doing. But this one, man, is overly relaxed. Now the wife has decided to come in and has taken the position of the first lady and all. How can they create an office for the first lady, for the sole administrator, someone who is just there to fix things and and walk away? But be that as it may, I am hopeful that Fubara will be strategic and very, wise in handling the situation when the 6 months elapses.